here we are, Friday, June 16th, 2023, La Jolla. Gonna give it another try. Today it looks a lot more like it was supposed to on Tuesday also. This is the way it's supposed to be, not all washed in the machine. So let's enjoy the day, because there's been a few yellows caught. It's been happening though on and off. So we just hope to be the guy that's in the right place at the right time today. Woo. Well, here we are trolling around outside the reserve. Right now we're 59 feet of water. Searching for bait. There's all sorts of marks. The spirit just got a couple of hits on the sabiki once, and they didn't hook up, and then I can't get anything else. I even switched sabikis, and it's like, what? You drop into all these kind of marks, and nothing. Odd. Who knows what's going on? I don't know what kind of fish those are. Obviously, there don't seem to be mackerel, but there are lots of them around. So I'm just looking for trolling a Uzuri here, trying to see if there's anything better. Yeah, while I'm searching for a better pocket of stuff to make bait. I really like to troll around. I just don't want to feel like this moving around. So we have the kayaks out here. A guy named Mike. And I'm in before, but he said he watched all my videos. Met him at the launch. So that was cool. It's often that I come out here now. I didn't know it's well known, but apparently a lot of the guys that come out here have seen my videos, because a lot of them always say, "Hey, you're Mark, right? I've seen your videos. That's cool. I appreciate it. Thank you." So I just do it just to share this for those that hopefully they got some information and they learned stuff, just like I did. That's how I got a lot of this information I got, was over the years experience of being here and just mostly watching videos of different people, guides. Jim Salmons for one, a lot of different guys. Many guys that post stuff on here that's very educational, that teaches you about, whether techniques or reading fish language, all that kind of stuff. It all helps. It all helps kind of try to make the trips here a little bit more productive. Though fishing has been weird. Yeah, Mike was saying that there were a few yellows caught this week, so I was here Tuesday. It was a bad day. That was weird. The whole week had almost the same kind of forecast. A few days here, I picked the one that looked like one of the slowest winds, and it turned out to be the worst. Every other day I looked at the camera and I go, I can't believe it. It looks like this, just like now, which was the forecast was supposed to have been. But that day was totally different. It was not the forecast at all. There, one guy's still closer to the shore. It looks like if it's a new seaport, it looks like one of the half-day boats coming out. There's the half-day boat. Going through the shallows here, seeing if I can find a calico. Yeah, the wind's picked up a little bit. Getting a little, little turned up on the surface. Nothing bad. It's just that it's hard to read the surface for bait. Before there were bait areas you could see in the distance. You could get over to them. Although it took a while to finally make a bunch of bait, but there is bait scattered all over. Right now I'm looking for better signs where it's along the bottom and seeing if there's any marks of bigger fish. I just rolled through a whole area where there are a lot of marks of fish at 20 feet down or something, but yet my Nomad DTX 140 that went right through that and no hits. So I don't know what kind of fish they were, but they were definitely individual fish, but a lot of different ones. So I'm just looking for an area where maybe I could just stop and use a surface iron. I tried that with the bait was crashing earlier, and there was nothing there other than the bait. I guess it's because it's Friday, there's a lot more boats out here, kayaks. I was looking at this thermocline, that's why I wanted to go through it, see if there was anything better. You can spot the surface water a lot smoother where those areas are where the water temperature is a little bit. But this water's still cold. It's actually I was in an area where I had like 63 water, now it's 62.1. Big old huge bait ball. It's gotten over a bunch of areas where it looks like packs of fish, but got a Shimano. It's not really a flat ball. It's I forgot what they call it. It looked like it, but it's not flat on one side. And then there's BTX over here. And just going all through that area, can't seem to get a hit. That's weird. Whatever it is, I mean, even when they're calicos or something, you catch them on the lures. It's very strange. A lot of marks of what should be fish. There's the new Seaforth over there, just anchored up. He moves around a bunch. They're very similar areas where I was looking at earlier when we found bait stuff, and he just finally parked someplace. Seaforth over there, just cruise past it slowly. Part of the Skiff, you can see the seagulls coming down, picking up, some of the bait that they throw out chums. But they're doing good. I mean, it's just like everywhere else. You see some bait underneath, patch of it, long streak, whatever. No real signs of individual fish there. And I trolled the areas farther out that where I was at deeper water, 130-some feet or whatever. There were areas that definitely looked like I had a whole lot of different individual fish, larger ones. It did really good. And right through there with both lures trolling and didn't get any kind of interruption. But those were definitely signs of not just bait, looked like a bunch of little fish in an area. Nothing busting up anything though, no surface breaks or anything. Looks like an area where you get enough light, it should be good. Everything the fishing should be better because the signs of life that we have out there. And it just stop being in the right places at the right time. That's some marks. Definitely look like some individual fish here. Not as well defined as earlier. Earlier it was a lot better signs of individual fish. Look how thick we are. We're trolling right through this stuff. Crazy. Isn't that crazy? The lack of action. You can start to see some individual marks here. But again, whatever it is, even if it's calicos or anything, bonitas, you hook those up all the time trolling. I've never seen it be this slow while trolling. It's been years. I mean, even on a kayak where we can't even go as fast as stuff. They're always picking up stuff that you don't necessarily want. There's a couple kayaks over there. Some more straight ahead. Let's go. There's a lot of people out here today. Again, everything's fishy and probably information that, yellows have been caught that adds to the situation. It's just not helping anything, not turning into anything. Just gotta wait till you're in the right place at the right. That's been the damn name of the game for the last 3 years. There's a bunch of bird action here, or just hovering anyway. But so I'm gonna troll through it. Underwater it's no much different than many other places, but so far. A little flyby, man. Yeah. It's always cool when they kind of go out of their way to go over and kind of do a flyby over. They're not. Sometimes it's not the course that they were originally on. So here we are again going through this area. Not seeing anything too unusual that you don't see in a lot of other areas. Just a lot of vegetation mostly. See some small fish in there, but nothing really breaking it up. You see something going through the middle of that, and then all of a sudden a big gap. water surface is so much nicer today. Even though the wind picked up in there's areas out there where it's kind of a little all ripply, and then it's I think it's alternating. Yeah, birds coming down through the way. It was too far away from like the new seaport to be any of the bait that they were chucking. It's just stuff that's out here. There's lots of bait everywhere. That's kind of the problem. See, for individual fish up here. And again, even if they're calicos or something, you hook those up. It's just very odd to be trolling through here and not get something. Normally you get any kind of sand bass, lots of calicos, bonitas, barracudas, anything that's around. When you're trolling, you tend to hook a bunch of those because it's like kind of like cats. They can't control themselves. Something goes by, they gotta attack it. So it's just odd not to be able to be hooking up things right and left. See, that ain't just vegetation. Not like that. It's just too odd not to be hooking stuff up. I guess it's just not. Maybe it's all the bait and something, they're just not hunting. Very strange. Wow. 60.9 on the water temperature. Crazy. It got colder here. Not quite wind and sea, a little north of it. South Coast Boulevard. But still, I'm going like, what the hell? Everything, I mean, within less than a mile of here, everything else was 63, 62 something, And then all of a sudden it's 60.9. Man, there's some cold water. See lots of marshal fish. We ain't getting nothing else. Lots of broken up kelp and stuff, other vegetation. Plankton, you name it. Look at this. How can you not get something? You did not hook up a calico or something going through all this stuff. Crazy. So I'm trying to get back out to deeper stuff. There's just too much broken up plant. That's really good. That's another one. Try to get some video of one if I come across one that's close to the surface. Just so strange. Everything says, hey, there's a fish. The fish is there. Where the heck are nobody's hooking up, it seems like. Well, I'm sure at the seaport they're probably getting something with all the bait that's done with, everybody getting an anchovy on there. But, most of the time it's like either rockfish or calico or something. God, there used to be yellows here all the time. Even the half-day boats used to catch them. Very odd, very strange. This is so odd to go through so much, stuff. Signs, marks on the fish finder to do nothing. See, there's a straight ahead. Well, the water looks smooth, and then look straight ahead. If you see that area, then you see that the ripple on the surface. The surface is all rippled. Area. So there's weird turbulences in certain areas. None of it translates very much. It's just the surface makes it harder to read anything else. So it's turned up a little bit. Well, we've been covering a bunch of water, different depths. Marks. Should be individual fish up here. Just can't seem to find any fish that want to get hooked up. It is the oddest thing I've ever seen. Throw 2 lures through all this kind of area and not hook up something. Looks like the new seaport is repositioning. Very odd. Everything says, why isn't everybody anybody getting fish. All the signs look good. Here, come on. Look. It's crazy. Crazy to go to that and not find something. I don't care what the species is. Normally on the lures you get all sorts of different things. So real quick on this, it's just that there's no fish. It's just the way that thing goes to the water. I just forgot what it's called. It's just like a flat ball, but it doesn't have a flat side to it. So it doesn't have the same kind of ball. It's a different kind of ball, what we call it. It's kind of cool. It's kind of a mint, bluish color with a light, almost whitish, and then with an eye painted on it. And then this one here, I think, is a bat scat I put on here. These a few times. It just doesn't dig. It's not so much pressure like the DTX has that big screw, so it'll drop down to 20, 25 feet or something. It has a lot of pressure on it. Well, you know, when it's diving that deep like that, it's a lot of pressure on the line. This one here, it's the shape of it makes it dive a certain amount of deep. But it's a lot like the other one. You know, you grab the line, and the resistance isn't much, but it doesn't take a big giant effort to go through the water. This is insane. Here's a down scan, so you can actually tell what's real about the thickness. And the colors, the orange and the yellows, that shows you it's more solid, just like the red would be here in yellow. But so you can differentiate, see how this looks like a big cloud, this looks more a little scattered, you can see better definition. This doesn't have, I'm at 113, and that's really pushing the limit of how well it'll display. It's really made for freshwater lakes and everything. You really see a huge difference in what it's displaying. Out here in the ocean, most of the time we're over 100 feet, so it's almost useless downscaling. Look at that. On the ball, and then you'll see what comes up here. So you'll see how much more it looks like here on the regular Sonar, and what it's telling you is really more solid is the color you see up there. So that's the only thing. Sonar always makes it look like there's a hell of a lot more there, you know, cloud-wise, or what's really there, but the down scan can definitely tell you where there is more solid. And still, that's a big ball that has a lot of fish in it. There's a mark here for something that came up there. It doesn't even show here. Here on this one, it tells you. Here you can see something more solid came up on the bottom of it. There's a lot of times with the fish, it could be hounds or something, they go up and then back down again. But many times I've stopped and tried dropping lures on those kind of things. You see where it just moved a little bit, not too far. A lot of fish here. I mean, a lot of boats, fishing boats and anglers. Hookups, I have not seen anybody. I haven't gotten real close to any boats, but I haven't, I'm listening to music on my headphones, so if I couldn't hear it. But on a kayak, used to come out here with that, listening to that, you could hear people woo-hoo, and they'd hook up something. So it was always a lot easier to tell when people hooked up. You could be half a mile away and you knew somebody hooked up. Lots of noise. Well, it got sunny. Hasn't gotten any fish here. New Seaport's still out there. I was out there too, different areas, but man, I dropped on deep stuff, whatever, and back shallower again. Keep dropping into a lot of this stuff and don't seem to get anything. Can't recall a year where it's been this slow, this insane. Just seems so strange. sunny day today, playing when it cleared out. Alright, but the water's only gotten a little rough here. It's not bad, but it's sloppy. It was a lot nicer earlier this morning when it was calmer. But, I don't know, with all the marks are still just like we've been for a bunch of trips now. Lots of good marks, but nothing's hitting, nothing's biting. Everybody's on the radio asking if anybody's caught anything. And then pretty much everybody's had the same luck.